All right, guys. So the Apple event just happened. It is currently September 9th. I just went through and watched everything and figured I'd make a summary video in case you weren't able to watch the announcement or you really just don't care to go and watch through all of the cinematics and extra wording. So let's get into it. Starting off with the Apple Watch. This is the first announcement they made in their event. We have the Apple Watch Series 10. Now, the Series 10 was released and is supposed to have a thinner design. It's supposed to sit a bit thinner on your wrist. It is also going to have larger displays. The Apple Watch will now have a 46 and a 42 millimeter display, giving you a little bit bigger of a screen, and you have a new what they call OLED ultra wide screen. So should be nice and crystal clear for you. In terms of battery life, they are expecting to have a larger battery on the Apple Watch. It says that you are supposed to be able to get up to 30 hours, 36 hours or so of battery life on the watch. It's should last you a couple days, hopefully. Some new features that they released with the Apple Watch. There is now sleep apnea detection. If you have sleep apnea or think you might have it, watch can now detect and let you know. They also introduced some new stuff on the fitness side of things. The watch is actually able to detect if you are submerged in water and tell you how deep you are. It's also now able to track water workouts such as kayaking, canoeing, rafting, basically anything like that. It's able to tell you how far you actually moved during your workout and how fast you're going. Along with those features, they added in the ability to see the route that you took and to even pre-plan routes, so that way you can be looking at your watch and knowing if you are going off course. Pretty cool update there. Yep, that's basically it for Watch Series 10. Those are definitely cool updates. It's awesome for people who use their watch a lot in the water. Otherwise, nothing super fancy. Moving on to the Watch Ultra 2. Again, no real crazy updates here. They came out with a black titanium version. They are also claiming that you can get 36 hours of battery life on your normal charge. In low power mode and low use mode, you are able to get up to 72 hours of battery, which is crazy to have. 3 days of battery life. However, you can't really use your watch then. You're just like looking at the time. You're not using its features. Pretty much it for the Watch Ultra 2. Both, obviously, the watches, they are also coming out with new bands. The Watch Ultra 2 is coming out with a new titanium band, and then the Watch Series 10 is coming out with new bands developed by Nike and Hermes. And then they're also coming out with some more generic, just Apple watch bands too. Pretty much it for the watches. Nothing super incredible. Generally, good update, nice refresh, bigger screens, better battery, everything you'd expect in another year of improvement. All right, moving on to the AirPods. Now, I think the AirPods announcement today was actually the most disappointing announcement of this whole event. They released the AirPods 4, and they came out with two versions. So there is the base model AirPods 4. New design, new case. They are basically coming out with a more comfortable version of the AirPods and a new case with a longer battery life. The two versions are a noise-canceling version and a non-noise canceling version. That's it. I think it's separated by $50 or $60 if you want to upgrade to have the noise canceling version. Otherwise, those are kind of the general updates there. On the noise canceling side of things now, they are supposed to have better spatial audio for a more personalized experience. There is also supposed to be some better noise cancellation, obviously better transparency modes as they have had. And then a big thing that they are announcing is conversation awareness. So if you are interacting in a conversation with somebody and you have your AirPods in with noise canceling on and your music up, it's supposed to be able to basically detect when you start talking and turn your music down, turn the noise canceling off into transparency mode so you can have a conversation, and then it is supposed to be able to detect when you're done talking and allow you to go about your day listening to your music as normal without having to use your hands or anything to change settings on your AirPods. Cool feature. I definitely think it's an awesome update to have, but that's basically all they brought to the AirPods this year for the base version of the AirPods. Like I said, you're supposed to have up to 30 hours of listening time on a full charged case and AirPods, and a 5-hour life on the AirPods on a full charge. So nothing super crazy, more comfortable design, and then just some general talking and listening features for the noise canceling version. Moving on to the AirPod Pro 2, I actually think that this and the Maxes were the most disappointing part of this whole announcement. The Pro 2 just got what I would call some minor updates. Nothing crazy, no new engine, no new chip, nothing like that. They mostly just brought software improvements, allowing users to basically protect their hearing, which I guess is good. You want to be able to hear. But basically, they brought in some new features to help protect your hearing and actually to detect if you are incurring hearing loss. You can now take a new test on the AirPods Pros 2s that are supposed to basically help you determine if you are experiencing hearing loss and help give you treatment suggestions, or to tell you to go seek out treatment for your hearing loss. In general, that's basically all they did, was mostly just ear health related things, helping you with noise levels and noise cancellation and making sure that your ears aren't getting exposed to unsafe volumes. And then kind of the same for AirPod Maxes, nothing new here, just USB-C and a color change. You can now order your AirPod Maxes in a few different colors, some pretty interesting ones actually, and then USB-C. So a bit easier connectivity between your phone, your AirPods, and everything else, only needing to have one cable. Moving on to the 16 here, we got I got my notes in front of me, and I think the 16 was it's a pretty cool phone coming out. So first off, the iPhone 16 is coming with the A18 chip. This chip is supposed to be an improvement, obviously, on the A16, as they skipped the A17 chip for the 16. It is supposed to have, I believe, 5 GPU cores and some other fancy stuff with it, allowing it to now have Apple Intelligence, which is another really big feature that Apple pushed today. Basically, they are integrating generative models such as ChatGPT. To me, it sounds like they built upon ChatGPT to put within your phone. So now you can definitely do a lot more by including Apple Intelligence in their phones. It actually seems as though Siri is going to be useful for once, so that's awesome to have. The 16 will have Apple Intelligence in it. It will have the A18 chip, and then in terms of features, they are now bringing the action button to the iPhone 16. This is a customizable button where your mute, unmute button used to be, or switch, I would say. It is fully customizable to do pretty much any action that you want on the phone. You can open apps, you can turn your flashlight on, you can basically do just about anything you want with the button. Along with buttons, they are also introducing the camera button. So the camera button is just that. It will allow you to pull your camera up with just a click of the button, and then as well it will actually have gestures, so you can lightly tap and pull up a menu to change your photo settings, your video settings, everything like that, just from the use of your finger on the phone. So it's a pretty cool feature. Honestly, I think it will be very helpful. It's nothing super crazy, but it's still just more convenience, if anything. In terms of more camera-related things here, we have the spatial capture being brought to the iPhone. So if you have Vision Pro, you basically can take pictures with your iPhone, and you're basically supposed to be able to kind of see like a 3D effect of the picture that you just took. Like I said, pretty cool feature, but if you can only use it on the Vision Pro, it's a pretty expensive feature to add, but it is something they brought to iPhone 16. Again, they also added in something called Audio Mix, so you can basically be recording videos like here and professionally kind of adjust your audio to choose who you can hear through the microphone or what you want to be hearing in your scene. I think it's super cool for people that want to be making films and everything. Yeah, generally cool update. I think the 16 is a good phone. I think it's worth upgrading to if you have kind of an older model, and it has a lot of new features. The iPhone 16 will come in 5 colors. We have ultramarine, teal, pink, white, and black. I think that white and black, obviously, they're just white and black, but I think the colors they came out with this year are really cool. They look really awesome to me. The ultramarine is an awesome color, and I would love to have it. The teal and the pink also look really cool, very vibrant. All 3 of the new colors look very vibrant, and honestly, I would be okay with any of them. Moving on to the 16 Pro, again, kind of a lot of similar updates coming to the Pro series like there was to the normal 16. The iPhone 16 Pro will have a new camera as well, a new 48 megapixel ultra wide camera, so even better shooting. It will have a 5x telephoto lens, so you can zoom in even further to get those nice shots. And I think the best part of the camera is the new 4K 120 FPS mode. You can now shoot in 4K at 120 FPS on the iPhone Pro and Pro Max and create really stunning slow-mo video in 4K. So that should be awesome to have. Aside from the camera things, we have the new A18 Pro chip, which has 1 extra GPU core, I do believe, and a little bit better improvements, obviously, than the normal A18. The A18 Pro chip will allow you to now have ray tracing in games. If you are a mobile gamer and your game supports ray tracing, you can now have that in your pockets, which is pretty cool. The A18 Pro chip obviously will support Apple Intelligence and Vision Intelligence, which is their way of allowing you to take pictures to get information. If you want to check out a restaurant, you can just take a picture and you can get reviews, hours, everything right on your phone. In terms of the A18 Pro chip, like I said, better Apple Intelligence, better Vision Intelligence, and a improved Siri, which I do believe will be on all of the models, but Siri will finally be useful, and I think that is just awesome. Siri would be really cool to have if it worked well, but now that it's coming to the 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence, hopefully it's working a bit better. In terms of other updates for colors, there's really nothing new. They came out with a darker black titanium, natural titanium, white titanium, and then it's like I think they called it desert titanium. It's kind of like a sand color, bronzish, maybe not bronze, but overall I think the colors are kind of boring. I wish they would kind of bring the ultramarine color and the teal and the pink to the Pro Max. You live with what you get, obviously, but I think the ultramarine on a Pro Max would look sweet. The Pro Max will have a 6.9-inch display. It will look beautiful, and it will obviously still be a USB-C phone. And then finally, battery life. They are saying that you should have up to 4 more hours of battery life on your daily use on the iPhone 16 Pro, which will be nice. It'll help you last a little bit longer on your day-to-day journeys, requiring you to charge a little bit less often. And if you're somebody like me, I still have a 12 Pro Max, so the increase in battery life will be even better when I finally upgrade to the 16 Pro Max. That's basically it for kind of what I think is the most important part of the release. Overall, I think the release was good, not great. I think that the AirPods were really a letdown. The phones were definitely a great improvement. I think it's kind of the best announcement and improvement that Apple's made in a little while. I feel like the last couple models were definitely more of just a recycle, but that's just me. Worth upgrading to if you want to. And then I think the watches, if you have an older watch like me, I have a watch Series 6, maybe upgrade to the Series 10. Otherwise, maybe hold off. I don't think it's really any new features that it's worth going out and getting a new watch for. Same for the Watch Ultra, but you can be the judge of that. So yeah, that is the Apple September event. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please like the video, please subscribe, and leave your comments and thoughts down below.